On the last part, Beerus arrives on Earth and fights Super Saiyan God Goku as usual. Beerus was super impressed with Goku's power and wanted Goku to be his rival in the future, so he threatens Goku, telling him to train immediately on his planet. If not, he will blow up Earth. Goku obviously can't even stand up to Beerus at this point in time, so he has no choice but to adhere to Beerus' request. Vegeta decides to tag along as well, as he no longer wants to be left behind by Goku in terms of their power levels. So Goku and Vegeta end up going to Beerus' planet to train earlier, around 6 to 7 months earlier, and in this period of time, they already mastered Super Saiyan Blue. There was still around a 4-month gap before the Resurrection F saga, so Goku and Vegeta actually don't have much to do on Beerus' planet any longer. So this is where Whis decides to delve into some specialized training. The training to attain Ultra Instinct, which is the mastery of self-movement. Vegeta honestly doesn't really resonate with this idea. Vegeta was a fighter that thought a lot during battle. Thinking was his specialty. Goku was more of a dumb dude, so maybe this technique fit him more, but Vegeta decided he would just give this a try for now. And Vegeta immediately gets obliterated in the next month coming. Vegeta just simply did not fit the training for this technique, and Vegeta and Whis could both tell. Whis decides to tell Vegeta to approach training a different way, so he points Vegeta over to Beerus. Beerus states that Ultra Instinct wasn't the only godly technique available. Indeed, there was a technique solely dedicated to the gods of destruction. So as Vegeta continues to train with Beerus, Goku continues to train with Whis to hone Ultra Instincts. So as usual, Golden Frieza arrives on Earth, and this time around, Super Saiyan God Goku was more than enough to handle Frieza. The extra 6 to 7 months of training Goku had increased his base power levels by a huge amount. So Super Saiyan God Goku was easily able to stand up to Frieza. Frieza was getting obliterated, and Frieza knew that in order to defeat Goku, he had to destroy Earth. However, Goku wasn't going to allow that, as he immediately finished off the battle with a Kamehameha. Frieza could not withstand the blast, as his body was completely obliterated to ashes. Now we move over to the Universe 6 Tournament Saga. So as usual, Goku and Vegeta move over to the hyperbolic time chamber to train for 3 years, both of them intending to hone their respective techniques. Unfortunately for Goku, Vegeta has already managed to tap into Ultra Ego at will, while Goku is still stuck, unable to even achieve Ultra Instinct Omen. He was pushed into it a few times during his training, but he just couldn't tap into it. So Vegeta pushes Goku hard during this period of time. Using Ultra Ego, he sends a Hakai Blast flying towards Goku. Goku was in Super Saiyan Blue, and he decides to transform into Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 as he tries to push back the Hakai Ball. However, Ultra Ego's Vegeta power was immense, and Goku just could not withstand the immense power emanating from Vegeta as the Hakai Ball completely engulfs Goku. Vegeta was kinda worried. Did he accidentally kill Goku? That was gonna be, pretty bad. However, suddenly the hyperbolic time chamber starts shaking and shaking and shaking. Vegeta smirks. Looks like Goku had actually survived after all, as Goku finally taps into Ultra Instinct Omen at will for the first time. Now Ultra Instinct Omen Goku will continue to train with Ultra Ego Vegeta during these next 3 years. Will that training allow them to defeat the Universe 6 team, or will the Universe 6 team prevail? Well, these are all questions you'll answer today on Dragon Ball Super. So now the Universe 6 tournament begins, and much of the tournament actually proceeds as usual, with the first round Goku defeating Botamo with complete ease as he throws Botamo out of the ring. Next up is Frost, and Frost is a despicable person, as we all know. So base Goku faces off against Frost, and Frost is actually pushed to his final form this time around. Originally, final form Frost was able to put base form Goku on the ropes, and Goku had to turn Super Saiyan. But in this version of events, Goku is much stronger, and base form Goku was still able to match Frost punch by punch, and even overwhelm Frost in certain situations. Frost had no choice but to utilize his poison needle, and immediately this poison needle grazes Goku, and Goku is sent flying out of the arena, unconscious. Everyone is just super confused. Goku didn't even transform, like he was in his base form the entire time. And as usual, Frost gets exposed, and Vegeta faces off against Frost, completely obliterating Frost in just one punch. The rest of the tournament is pretty much the same. So Vegeta defeats Vegeta and then teaches Kaba how to go Super Saiyan. And then finally, the final fight, the final opponent of Universe 6, the assassin, Hit. And Vegeta immediately could tell that Hit was no easy opponent. So Vegeta transforms into Super Saiyan Blue immediately. This wasn't anywhere near the top of his power currently, but he wanted a test of his own strength versus Hit's power. And take note that Vegeta's base form in this version of events is much stronger than in canon. However, Hit is much stronger than Vegeta thought. And in Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta couldn't even land a single punch on Hit. Vegeta was being overwhelmed, and Hit is kinda unimpressed. Was this all Vegeta had to offer? Vegeta stands up, beaten and battered, with blood flowing down his arm. Well, looks like he had to transform as he lets out a loud scream, the entire area shaking with immense power. Vegeta transforms into Ultra Ego. Vegeta couldn't really figure out what technique Hit was using at this point in time. However, he decided he would just overwhelm Hit with pure power. Hit decides to make the first move as he moves towards Vegeta at shocking speeds, using the time skip to appear in and out of sight. At this point, Vegeta had no way to counter Hit's time skip technique, and he just stands there letting Hit punch him a few times. And Hit's punches actually do deal some damage to Vegeta. However, Vegeta is actually pretty much unfazed. These punches did hurt. However, each punch was powering him up even further. Hit was really intrigued. This was a very powerful technique or transformation, and he knew that Vegeta had more in store. So Vegeta immediately retaliates as he flings his fist towards the arena. This created a huge shockwave that emanated throughout the planet, even shattering the force field that was set up around the arena. He was sent flying backwards as the shockwave actually did considerable amounts of damage to him. He was completely taken off guard. That was super powerful. So he decides to power up his time skip even further to 1 second, 10 times longer than before. However, Vegeta just continued powering up even further, and Hit simply could not match Vegeta's power advancement. And Vegeta launches towards Hit at breakneck speed. Hit couldn't even react in time as Vegeta lands a solid punch on Hit. Hit tries to defend Vegeta's punch, however is just sent flying away into the ground around the arena. Hit was disqualified, and Vegeta the victor of the Universe 6 tournament. So we move onward into the Future Trunks saga, where Trunks returns injured and battered. Everyone is confused. Why did Future Trunks come back? And well, this question is immediately answered when a Vegeta lookalike appeared from a portal, a rift in the sky. This was Vegeta Black, the person responsible for causing the grave injuries to Trunks. And Vegeta is immediately pissed off. Firstly, this guy has a face that looks exactly like him. Secondly, he injured his future son, and Vegeta won't take that standing down. So Vegeta decides to eliminate the threat right away as he transforms to Ultra Ego immediately. Okay, so Vegeta Black is really strong. I mean, he's just a future version of Vegeta. However, he still doesn't really have full control over Vegeta's body and still is unable to even tap into Super Saiyan Rose, Ultra Ego, whatever. He has no access to any transformations at this point in time. Meanwhile, Vegeta has been training Ultra Ego for a significant portion of time now and has a good mastery over it. So Vegeta immediately destroys Vegeta Black in just one punch. Just like that, Vegeta Black was taken care of, and Future Trunks returns to his timeline. Trunks reports the good news to Mai, telling Mai that Vegeta Black was completely eradicated by the present timeline people. So as they reunite happiness, what Trunks doesn't know is that there was an unknown adversary hidden in the shadows. Who is this unknown adversary now that Goku Black has already been defeated? Will Trunks be able to wipe out this enemy, or will he be caught off guard and defeated? Well, these are all questions we'll answer in the next part on Dragon Ball Super. Thank you so much for watching.